Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite scenes from Heartland 1403, and surprise, that is the scene with Lou and Peter, or Michelle Morgan and Gabriel Hogan. So this should come as no surprise that this is my favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene from Heartland 1403. If you guys have been subscribed to my channel for a long time, you know, or even just a day, you probably have figured out that Lou is my favorite character on Heartland and Michelle Morgan is my favorite actor on the show. Well, her and Aiden Morano, but we're just gonna focus on Lou and Peter right now, because if I get into these characters and why they're my favorite characters on the entire show, we'll be here until tomorrow, and that sounds like a lot of editing for me, so I don't really want to do that. Actually, I want to do that, just not in this video, because I have a whole video already planned out, and I'm already off track, and we're only 1 minute and 10 seconds into the video. That's fantastic. Anyway, before I go any further in today's video, I need to remind you guys to please leave a like on this video if you enjoy, and to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, to help me reach the goal of 20,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate that, and in return, I promise to keep you guys as up to date as possible on everything Heartland Season 14 related. So if you want daily Heartland videos and Season 14 updates, and now even some Heartland Season 15 updates, should we get a Heartland Season 15, by the way, if we don't, I'm going to write several letters to CBC. But anyway, we're getting off track again. Hi, welcome to my channel, where I talk for hours, and it probably makes no sense at the end of the day. Enjoy, I hope you subscribe. But anyway, going back to today's video topic, and that is Lou and Peter in Heartland 1403. Again, this should come as no surprise that this was one of my favorite scenes, if not my favorite scene of Heartland 1403. Actually, scratch that. My favorite scene was with Lou and Rick in 1403, but again, that should come as no surprise either, because I'm me, and you know. No, but I absolutely love this scene for many reasons. The first reason being Michelle Morgan, and her acting in this scene was phenomenal. Michelle absolutely nails every scene ever that she does. You cannot tell me otherwise, because you can't. It's not possible. I love Lou's character. Lou is the character on Heartland that I relate to the most, and I always have, even after watching Heartland over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And in fact, when I took the which Heartland character quiz are you, or which Heartland character are you quiz, I got Lou, which I may or may not have screamed of pure happiness and joy. But yes, Lou is my favorite character. That's been established already many times on my channel. But when it comes to this scene with Peter and Lou, it should come as no surprise either that I like Lou and Peter together way more than Lou and Mitch. And I will get into that later in today's video. I'll touch on it briefly. I do want to make a whole separate video on Lou's relationship with Mitch in Heartland Season 14, and as well a separate one with her, talking about her relationship with Peter so far in Heartland Season 14. But when it comes to this scene, what I really liked about this scene in particular is that 1403 was a very different episode. Even, it's even different than Heartland 1401 and Heartland 1402. This episode, it's very slow paced. Like, nothing really happens that, you know, drastically affects the story until like the final 5 seconds, and we see the explosion that happens, and then it's followed by the promo for Heartland 1404, which I'll make several videos on in the coming days. So if you guys want to know my opinion on what's going to happen in Heartland 1404, make sure to subscribe, because I will go over that promo with a fine-tooth comb and try to figure every possible scenario out, because that's just what I do, isn't it? I think. And I think I do a pretty good job, but I guess you guys will be the judge of that. But with Heartland 1403, it's an episode that I would consider kind of a filler episode, sort of, in the way that there's nothing that dramatically happens or drastic, nothing drastic happens, like nothing that was a huge surprise happens. Lily comes to Heartland. We've known that ever since the extended trailer for Heartland season 14, and she brings Wade's racehorse. That's no surprise either. And Amy is a little bit upset with her, and by a little bit, I mean a lot. And that was a little bit of a surprise because it was outside how Amy's character would normally react to things. That being said, I like this new version of Amy, this stronger version of Amy, I guess, when it comes to, not putting up with anyone, making excuses, in Amy's words, not mine. But when it comes to Lou and Peter in this episode, the scene where Lou is talking to Peter, and she tells him that, she's been so busy with being the mayor, and we've seen that throughout Heartland season 14. Lou has basically had time for nothing because she is too busy being mayor, and then she has Rick, not helping with that, but oh well. I'm not even gonna say anything bad about his character because I can't. I love his character so much. Aiden nails it. But when it comes to Lou in Heartland season 14, we really haven't seen her do much besides being mayor. And then there comes this scene where she tells Peter that Ty's death, it feels like she lost a brother. Now, when I tell you that I was smiling but also wanted to cry when I heard that, I'm not kidding. I was so happy that we finally got a scene with Lou and Peter, but then she had to go and say that, and I just wanted to cry. Because Lou and Ty's relationship throughout Heartland, even all the way up to Heartland season 13, is a relationship that I don't think a lot of people really focused on, or it wasn't a main relationship. Obviously, Amy and Ty were the main focus on Heartland throughout Heartland seasons 1 through 13, and I guess 14 as well, if you want to look at it that way, I guess. But when it comes to Lou and Ty, the fact that she considered him a brother, I think that is that's the most adorable thing ever, and now looking back, I wish we had more scenes of Ty and Lou together, because that's just adorable. Like, can we just focus on the fact that she thought of him as a little brother? Like, what? Also, Shane's also her little brother, but we're not going to talk about that because apparently he's just a forgotten character. Oh well. No, but this scene in particular with Peter and Lou, I loved it for that reason. And also because it was Lou and Peter, and I love them. And then also, I liked how in this episode, Peter's relationship with Jen, that's really been off screen. We haven't seen that relationship. I gotta be honest, I forgot they were a thing. But then again, I also kind of forgot Lou and Mitch were a thing, because where has Mitch been in season 14? I have no idea. I'm gonna make a whole other video on that because they were engaged, but he's not there. Okay, anyway, they're engaged, but he's not there, but her ex-husband is. Alright, Peter's relationship with Jen, getting back on that topic real quick, that's a relationship that, one, I forgot about, and two, I find it strange, kind of, that, we're just supposed to forget the kind of relationship, sort of, that Lou and Peter had in season 13. Like, I know there was a year time jump between the events of Heartland 1401 and Ty's death and the rest of season 14 of Heartland. There is a year time jump, so I know that there's events that took place that the audience has not seen. Prime example, Lou and Mitch's engagement, because it just started and then all of a sudden they're engaged. But oh wait, didn't Lou and Peter kind of sort of tease their relationship even in the season 13 finale? Yeah. Am I upset about that? Yeah. Do I still have hope for Lou and Peter? Yes. Do I have hope for Lou and Mitch? Absolutely not. Case in point, Ty's dead. Lou's dealing with being mayor. They're engaged. Mitch is not there. Her ex-husband is there. Okay. I rest my case. Peter and Lou belong together, and I don't care if it's not going to happen. I'm not going to be like one of those people that's like, oh my gosh, Heartland's ruined. This didn't happen. I'm not like one of those fans that's like, oh my gosh, if my idea doesn't happen, I'm not watching the show anymore. But if Lou and Peter don't get back together, am I going to be upset? Yes. Gotta be honest, it's not looking good for Heartland season 14. But again, case in point, Peter is there, Mitch is not. Mitch and Lou are supposedly engaged, but Mitch is not there, and Lou is dealing with all this stuff. So, the scene in Heartland 1403 with Peter and Lou, I really liked how she felt comfortable to kind of like, break down and start crying about Ty's death to Peter, and how she felt comfortable to tell him that she thought of Ty as a brother, because so far in season 14, you really haven't seen Lou deal with Ty's death or even acknowledge it, sort of, because she's been too busy, of course, being mayor, as I've already said. But I really, really like this scene for 3 reasons. 1, Lou and Peter. Actually, 4 reasons. 1, Lou and Peter. 2, Michelle Morgan and Gabriel Hogan absolutely nailed it. 3, it gives me hope for Lou and Peter's relationship. And 4, Michelle Morgan, it nails it. I'm sorry, she does, okay? Like, hello? She absolutely, you can't tell me that Michelle does not nail that scene. Like, what? Everyone's talking about Amber's performance in season 14, and while, yes, I completely agree, Amber deserves an actual award for her performance in Heartland season 14 so far, and I'm guessing the rest of the season, Michelle also nails her character's performance in this season, and specifically her scene with Peter. Okay, can you not tell that I love this scene, but it also killed me inside because she referred to Ty as her brother, and now we're never gonna get to see them talk to each other ever again, and Ty's dead, and her fiance is nowhere to be found, but her ex-husband is, and oh my gosh, I love this season of Heartland. Can you guys tell? Anyway, that's basically all I have for today's video. I know it was kind of all over the place, but let's be honest, is it really my channel if I don't make an entire video based on one scene of an episode of Heartland, and that one scene is Michelle Morgan based and Lou? And yeah, no, it just wouldn't be my channel if I don't devote a video to one scene because Michelle Morgan absolutely nails it. It wouldn't be right. No, not for my channel anyway. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.